you as early in the year as you can to get organized. And Governor Jeff came back to me from a club and reported on Lee's Summit Sunrise. Scott DeBounton, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Scott, how'd you get organized? What you doing?
All right. Well, hello, everybody, first of all. But the first thing we did was recognize that sometimes it is hard to organize a bunch of people that are volunteers. And so once we did that, we kind of eliminated a lot of expectations that may be too high for things that may be too organized, if that makes sense. But what we did is at the beginning broke membership down into existing members and then prospective members. Prospective members, I think, is what everyone thinks about, but when our board started focusing again on existing members, we realized that members who are excited about the club and who get into things and enjoy each other's fellowship are probably the best form of marketing that we have to attract new members. So we broke it down. Our membership chair, Paul Lutz, and then our president-elect, Kathy Bordner, I think are the most focused on new members. Paul, of course, is membership chair, but then Kathy is the program organizer. And whoever the program organizer is for whatever clubs are out there, we see that as a very important membership recruiting tool. And then you look to everyone else, and we realize that everyone else should be thinking of existing members and prospective members. And so we organized monthly things that our club can do to get together in fellowship, but also very appropriate avenues for people to invite prospective members. We have a monthly event called Come If You Want, and that is about as informal as it sounds, but it is organized. We have it. It's on the calendar every month. The last Wednesday of each month, we pick a place, and if you want to go, you show up. We had it at an ice cream shop last time. We had it at a place where you can get appetizers and cocktails the month before. But that kind of, if you will, unorganized organization has kind of loosened people up and gotten people excited a little bit. But of course, we do communicate, always remind everyone, not only board members, but every member, that we are looking for people. And then, of course, the last thing we do, again, this is organized, but just to thank people, remind people who've been in Rotary for 30, 40 years, some people, to remind them that being in Rotary is a good thing, and pass the word on if they can. Oh, is that that's our plan? That's the organizational plan.
No, I think that's great and fabulous, and I should stop here now that especially since I'm getting a lot more confident with the technology here. Any questions of Scott? Anybody with a microphone or a headset or on the telephone call-in who wants to ask Scott a question? I was afraid to ask that on Ralph and Carl. Pardon me, Carl, I slaughtered your name. But I see no questions on that. Okay, then let's proceed then to recruit. President Ray, this year in the presidential citation, which is what he says is important, says, a valid membership recruitment plan, 5 for 1. We've already heard 2 or 3 of the other speakers talk about that on recruiting. But of course, any plan you think of is a good one that can work. And Bob, now, are you able to talk, Bob?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, talk a little louder. I think you're fine.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's Bob Koch, president of Tarkio Rotary in the northwest part of Missouri. We feel we have the corner on the good life up here.
Go ahead.
And, we have a small club. We have 18 members and a small community of, around 2,000 here in Tarkio. But in a way that can be a benefit, I think. All the members of the club know the community, and the community knows all the members. And when we do something in Tarkio, an activity, by the Rotary Club, it's pretty high profile. So about everybody knows, what Rotary's up to, and we have good exposure that way. So it gets the community's attention, and it thereby fosters recruitment for us, I believe. A lot of these people you see every day, sometimes at Casey's or other places, and you're able to talk to them, drop subtle hints or reminders, or gosh, it's actually almost a part of mentoring. We had a person join, and gosh, it was on the waiting for checkout at local Casey's. He expressed an interest in Rotary, and we had a member talk to him and get him signed up and sponsored him. So, and then I see that member, probably once or twice a week at Casey's, so I'm able to tell him, what went on lately, and to encourage him to come to meetings, and so it's just, it's kind of one big family up here.
Well, Bob, you're being a little bit modest. I'll bring it to the point. Bob, of course, we asked a question and we wrote back and forth at the end of the last webinar, and according to Rotary's records, Bob began the year with 15 members in the club, and Bob, you say you've got 3 new members already this year.
Yeah, we've got 18 now, and we've got prospects, good prospects for 2 more.
Well, that's awfully good, and of course, anybody out there can understand if you have 15 and you go to 20,
that's a pretty good percentage.
That is a fabulous percentage. But Bob, it just shows the emphasis you're putting on it, because that's what you said at the last webinar. And of course, you make the good point that we often miss in all this kind of membership talk, that the image of your club is critical. If your club has a good image in your community, you're a long way down the road. A long way down the road on it. So, Bob, I appreciate you. Do you have anything else, Bob? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I think that's it.
I thought you were being a little bit modest there around the edges.
Let me eject. This is District Governor Jeff, and I'm looking at the statistics. And, Bob, you guys have had 20% increase. That's what 3 over 15 is, and a 20% increase here up until the first week of September. And that puts you in second place for the growth here for this first quarter. And we actually have a club out there, Kearney, I observed, that they are actually, just in the last few days, they jumped into first place, and they have a 35% growth since July 1. And they started with 20, and they're at 27. And
yeah, that's really good.
Megan Kimberlin, are you on the line with the phone?
Yes, but I can't hear. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you fine, Megan. Now, Jeff just said that you have what kind of increase? Jeff, say what you said. Megan, did you hear what Governor Jeff said?
I think 30%.
35%. Kearney's up 35% right now. 7 new members. Yeah. That's if no one can jump out in front of you, you guys are going to get to award someone a Paul Harris at the on October 1 at the end of this quarter.
It's exciting.
But
well,
I'm
Megan,
telling you,
commended as president, and I'm sorry that I didn't know that. I'd had you on here with Bob, but guess what? Due to this modern technology, we think about it, we say it. Now Mario has raised his hand. I have my first hand raised. Mario, I have unmuted you. Can you talk, Mario?
I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, and everybody just needs to speak up a little bit.
Okay. Is that a better?
Mario, you had a question or something?
Yeah. Just a quick question. Were transfers considered new members for a club?
Yes, for sure. I'll answer that for Governor Jeff. There's no question that if they come from another club, they're considered a new member to your club, yes.
All right. That's all.
Did that answer it, Mario?
Yes, it did.
Oh, you're not like the media. The media always asks you questions, and the follow-up's the barb, you know. You give the straight answer, and then they say, well, why do you have that stupid? Well, anyhow, I digress, as they say. Okay. Now, someone had a question. Let's see if someone has sent me a question. Oh, Mario, you sent it in writing, too. You are a thorough person. You're going to make it in membership. He sent it in writing. Maybe he's a lawyer, Carl Chenery. Yeah. He sent it in writing and asked it. Anyhow, enough said. Now, is there another hand raised? Hold on. It's my little signal here indicates that. No, I think it's the same ones that I'm fine on. So we're cool. Anyhow, Bob, thank you very much. I think that does recruiting. And
hey, Dwayne.
By the way, on the district website, I just put on your screens. Right on your screens, because Jeff has just worked very hard and put on the website. There is a 5-for-1 plan that you've heard of several times. If you need it, that is the official, because President Ray says as your club board of directors, your club officially adopted and implemented a 5-for-1. There on your screen is the actual resolution, which you can take right off the district website. And you may recall that we put that up July 2. And, of course, right also on the district website are links about the Rotary. I just put them up. I find the best way is you email somebody and you link to these 2 videos. They're about 4 minutes long. There are 2 of them. This is Rotary, a Doing Good in the World one. This is a Why Rotary, which is more of a people-oriented, that those 2 are easy to use. The O of the GROW, Orient and Mentor, and of course, Ray Klingensmith in Presidential Citation ask about, has the club developed an effective membership retention plan of some kind? And closely with that is the We Retention. We went over these last time in July, so I don't seem to be snowing the audience. We went over these last time. These are on the district website. But the We Retention, I'm sorry, it had to be a W on the end of GROW, so I changed it to We Retention. Whoever I laughed at earlier, I think it was Bob. Bob, you can laugh back at me. Bob and I both grew up on the farm, and Bob's still there doing something productive. Well, we won't go any further on that. But anyhow, are the regular meetings marked by great fellowship? Does the club send a weekly reminder, weekly newsletter to everybody? And is there a club website? And again, Governor Jeff came back from the Eastern Independence Club, and he said at the Eastern Independence Club, he said he thought there was more of a we feeling about that club. He thought just a great we feeling. Several clubs have it. And, of course, as we go to talking here, we'll find one of you listening there has a great we feeling in the club. But, Saucy, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
Saucy, you'll need to speak up. Again, I can barely hear you.
Okay.
But tell us about Eastern Independence.
It's taken a lot of the things we've already heard, and we're doing the same thing. First of all, when we get a new member, we involve them right away. We're very welcoming. We get them going right from the start by assigning them a mentor, which is usually a past president. They have a mentoring worksheet they fill out, which I believe is on the website. And we also get them involved in a committee right away. We listen to their ideas and get their input, so they're more likely to step up. They're not hesitant to bring ideas because they're already involved and feel that they're being heard. We also get a weekly email from our president, probably Monday or Tuesday of that week, reminding us of the upcoming program, and we can email that out to our prospects that we have. And then also the reason that I think that we're, why I like to come, I thought about this over the weekend. Why do I like my Rotary Club? And I think it's, just the camaraderie we have. We have the social time that Scott talked about. When we have a vocational talk, we talk about our business, but we also get very personal, and we learn about our fellow club members that way. That's it.
Okay, no, I think that's it. It's just knowing each other and all sorts of socials and projects and service. And